Welcome back. We're moving towards the close of our assignment. We have completed the ground floor, and there's some finishing touches we're going to talk about in a little bit, but I want to move on to the second floor. Now, one of the things that you will take away from this particular exercise is that the information that you generated here on the ground floor is very valuable and very effective at accelerating the drawing process for the second floor. So the thing that you need to understand is that wherever you can find an effective and correct way of duplicating the process and speeding the process along, the more effective you're going to be. So let me just tell you the simplest way to start the second floor is to actually trace the ground floor. So as we place making sure that everything is true and correct, we're just going to tape down a new sheet, and that new sheet will sit right on top of the previous plan. And remember, our goal is to draw relatively lightly and block it out. We don't want to lift the graphite off the base drawing, so we have to be somewhat thoughtful of the fact that we're drawing on top of another drawing. Now, since these are both blockouts, maybe it's not as important, but just understand that you can transfer graphite on the backside if you're not particularly careful. Okay, so if you look, you can see all my stuff right there. It's already there. So rather than measure back and forth and all that other stuff, we can use this plan and refer to what's happening down below, and you're going to find it goes much, much quicker. All right, so we've done the ground floor. Let's follow the same pattern. Remember, the walls on the outside are 6 inches. The walls on the inside are 4 inches. So make sure that you keep those same standards. It doesn't change simply because we go to another floor. So as a result, we can take the plan, and my suggestion is just go ahead and trace it and draw it as closely accurate as you did to the one down below it, or the ground floor, and that way you can complete the drawing a little bit quicker. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and then come back to it, because you don't need to see me trace a whole bunch of stuff. Once we get to the new stuff, I'll tell you what's going on. So I'll be back in just a minute. So thank you, and thanks for your patience. Okay, so I've been taking a few minutes to catch up the drawing. You didn't need to go through all that drawing time with you while you're watching, but I just wanted you to see what I put together here. The things that you're going to want to understand are there are some elements that are seen on the second floor and on the ground floor at the same time. And so some of those need to be represented again, but maybe in a slightly different way. So things that are reoccurring on the ground floor and on the second floor include those things that are beyond. Those are the things that if you've cut the picture plane and you're looking down on this, you still see it down below because it's just further away. It's a background. It's an element that now has fallen to the backdrop of the view angle, or the view portal. So what are some of those elements? Well, the porch element, we just cut that picture plane up higher now. We're going to see the roof of this. We're going to see the top of this. So as we start to compare these things, the stairs will be very similar, but there's this kind of funny shape here, and that's the roof actually extending down on two gables, or two slopes from a center peak. Same thing up here. Over here, we lost the hole in the wall that was here because we're above that now. And now that's actually a wall structure that's heading off the window wall. But instead of seeing that, we're now seeing part of the window system on the outside, not the inside. So we have to make some adjustments to this drawing. So we're going to go through those real quick here, and so you can start to see what they are. But hey, the drawing just took a couple of minutes to catch up on, and we just traced most of it. So it's gone pretty quick. And I think you'll find this last bit goes pretty quick also. The other thing you're not going to see is doors and windows, because there's no doors and windows on this floor. I mean, there's an opening that gets to a loft and stairs that go down and a chimney box that penetrates up through the roof. And then the only thing we do see is this little greenhouse window does pop through as well. So I'm going to start drawing this stuff, and you'll see how we treat it. So the first thing I want you to know is that we did extend the stair that was here. We broke it with a break line here because there's stuff on the ground floor underneath it. Not on the second floor. That second floor, it goes all the way up. So I copied the stairs and just took them all the way up to the edge. Well, where is that edge, by the way? Well, this little cabin, I'll call it, this little residential unit, has a loft, like a sleeping loft, and that's the bedroom. And so, as a result, those dashed lines that we saw down here that extended along there, that's the edge of the loft above. So now we can treat it. Now I've put the posts in. I'm not going to keep them there, but I wanted you to see them for alignment purposes. Those are carrying the load of that second floor. This wall carries part of it, but we don't see it because it's below the floor. So we do see the edge of the loft, and we know where that is because that was identified in these dashed lines here. So I can simply connect the dots by extending the wall edge here. And how thick is it? 4-inch. Same way. It's interior wall. And I turn the corner and I extend it down. These hash marks are just a way of symbolizing a different kind of wall, a low wall. So I'm going to extend this down and I'm going to stop it at the stair. Okay, so this is the low wall boundary of the loft. So it's open, but this creates the safety balcony railing. So the bed would be up here, some other furniture would be up there, and that's what would happen up there. But this then becomes just a railing or a balcony low wall. It turns a corner, then becomes a step, and it goes all the way down. Now you can see that they put this arrow indication on it. That's a good way to let people know that the stair's not going up any further, it's just going down. So we could put that in. We're also going to put this the roof of this element in, the porch here and the porch here. And we'll work on the chimney. And that, we're getting pretty close once we get those in. So first thing I'm going to do is we put in the boundaries for the second floor loft. There is a little kind of a wing wall here for cabinetry, like a set of shelves. I'm going to measure that real quick and put that in and see how big that is. 3 feet by 2 feet. Okay, so 3 feet by 2 feet. And all it is it's an alcove kind of space for someone to put a set of chest of drawers or some built-in cabinetry of some sort. And it's not even full height, so that's what's kind of interesting. It's but so there's some interpretation that can happen there, but please do provide it. Next element. Let's go ahead and put the porch. Well, remember, if you look right here closely, you'll see the 2 posts underneath it. We have to the roof has to cover those posts because those posts are actually kind of holding the roof up. So I'm going to go and extend this out. We show kind of a double line there. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, there's the area of the roof coverage. Now, how do we find the middle? Crisscross. Crisscross. So go to the corner, extend it out, go to the other corner, extend it out. That's the middle. We have just done roof 1. Pretty easy, right? Okay. You do have to kind of trace in the stairs down below because we do see those. Okay, so make sure you do those. Do the same thing over here. Do a little crisscross. That gets me to the middle. Okay, and then go ahead and put in the edges. Maybe pop out just a hair beyond where they were before for readability. Okay, and that's done. Again, complete the stairs, trace them, put the railings in just like before. Simple. Now, we're coming over here to the solarium. We're now outside because this is actually happening lower than the cut plane. So we're going to see the windows do kind of an interesting thing. Since they're on a slope, you're going to see the railing or the window mullions extending down to the posts. So there we go. We're now on the outside looking down at the window from the outside. Okay, so there's that. Now let's talk about the stairs. We talked about putting in the arrow and the indicator of what's going on with the stair. I'm just going to go ahead and place the arrow in here. There we go. And I'll put it on both sides, making sure that I'm consistent here. Okay. So run this down, go to about the middle. Middle's nice. Okay. And we're saying down. So that means the arrow extends down. 45 degrees is a good way to complete the arrow. Put a little tag right here and write the word down, or DN for down. Okay. In a similar way in the ground floor, you're going to want to put the up arrow in, but you're just going to stop it at the break line. Okay. All right. So far we're doing pretty good here. We're going to be done in just a sec. What we want to do now is find the chimney. Now, the chimney is right here. Basically, it's the flue space. It's where the smoke goes up, okay? So we've framed that out. We said it's 2 by 2. I'm going to double check it, and I am correct. So using the back wall of this assembly, there it is, where the next between the stair and the fireplace, we're going to measure, and we're going to include that width of wall as part of our 2 feet. So we're going to measure out. Double check. Yep. Oops. 2 feet. There we go. Not 1 foot, 2 foot. Okay. So now we know that it extends from here to here. How wide is it? Well, if it's 2 by 2, we know that the simple way to look at 2 by 2 is if it's floating in some place and we want it to be centered and you want the smoke not to wander and create problems, we're going to put it in the center. So that means it's got to be in the center of this box. Center of the box, you guessed it, it's the crisscross. So we extend this in from the corner to the corner lightly so I can erase it. That's the middle. It goes out that far. And it's going to be 1 foot on this side of the middle and 1 foot on the other side of the middle. And that's going to be our outside dimension, by the way. That's not inside. And since I'm drawing it this way so it doesn't get confusing for you, remember we want to take away the lines, again, inside the building, so it's 4 inch. Okay, so normally we would come in and clean off those lines. Okay, again, as a rough-in, you should be able to do this pretty quick. And then the easy part really is tracing it. And the good thing about tracing it is that you can focus your attention on your line quality. You're all about presentation when that's going on. So you've done all your thinking here. You've done all your figuring out. You look at it and you go, seems pretty good to me. I got a couple little things to do, spruce it up here and there. I'm going to have to put some labeling on. But the beauty of it is all your thinking work is done now. This basically represents the completed work. We got labels to put on, we got a north arrow, we got a scale, we got to put it on the title block, remember that. And we want to poche the walls. See how dark they are here? That's what we like. That means those walls have some punch. And that punch means that we can read them from a distance away and that they're easier and more graphically significant for the viewer. So as a result, we want to poche those areas that are pocheted here. I guess there's one other quick little note. You'll notice that there's this line here that says open. Okay, what that means is that this isn't closed off space. This is open to below. And so to do that, we want to kind of identify what kind of areas are being provided for that open space. So we're going to extend it just as the indication does here from here, and we're going to break it, even though the line doesn't do it here. We're going to break it here and extend it over. We're going to do the same thing from this corner to this corner. So all of that is basically open to below. That means that you can look over the railing, you can say hi to your friends, you can throw things off, I don't know. But the point is, it's open. And so that's how we show that. We put a crisscross in and we would write the word OPEN. Okay, now I did that free-handed quickly, but you know where I was going with it. And again, you know what we're doing there. That's the thing. Oh, on the poche, just do the walls that are pocheted here on these two examples. Flip the sheet over. Poche on the back side, because if you poche on the front and you make a mistake, you'll be erasing quality lines that you spent a lot of time on. If you flip it over and poche on the back side, even though it doesn't look quite as good, it still will protect the lines, and you're not going to end up with the difficulties here. So remember, we have 2 floors to do. I just showed you the second floor, pretty easy. The first one takes probably the most time, but then trace it, add the pieces in, and you're good to go. So that's our assignment demonstration video for this week's module. I thank you for participating and viewing this. Please do your best on this. We're looking forward to good work. And remember, we're going to be using this work later on, like next week. And so you're going to need this drawing to be in good shape. So please protect it. Please put it in your portfolio or somehow safeguard it. If you don't have it, it's a problem. Okay, so make sure you keep this stuff safe. I've said it enough times today. Okay, with that, I look forward to seeing your work. I wish you best luck with it, and I thank you again for the video time. You have good luck, and we'll talk to you when we see you in class. Take care. Thank you so much. Goodbye.